Hello all, Shadwell here, ready to talk about the next film in my collection, Final Destination 3 from 2006. It's directed by James Wong and stars Mary Elizabeth Winstead and Ryan Merriman. There are 5 of these so far? No, there are 6, because by the time you see this review, I'm sure that the latest one, sadly titled Final Destination Bloodlines, has already been in theaters. If not, at least trailers for it have been released. I say sadly titled because Final Destination isn't the first franchise to use the Bloodlines title. A bunch of other ones have done it too, like the 5th Wrong Turn film, the unnecessary Pet Sematary prequel, and the 5th film of the Tremor series. What do all 3 of those films have in common besides being called Bloodlines? They're just atrocious installments in their franchises, so I hope Final Destination Bloodlines will buck this trend, but I mean, come on. But let's talk Final Destination 3. Sure, it's a bummer that Tony Todd's Mortician Bloodworth didn't make an appearance, but Tony Todd's voice at least makes a cameo as both the voice of the devil at the entrance to the roller coaster in the opening of the film, and as the train operator's voice over the PA system at the end of the film. So, Final Destination 3 is kind of a Tony Todd sandwich, you could say. He just died 2 months ago as I'm writing this in January of 2025. Tragic and quite the loss. Final Destination 3 is my favorite film in the franchise, and it isn't just because of the interactive version of the film you can watch on the DVD release, where you make choices that impact the film and can give it a whole different ending. It's because it is by far the most fun of the franchise. From the opening at a carnival, to the big premonition being on a roller coaster ride gone wrong, to the deaths throughout the film, this film has a smirk as it deals with all of its death. Plus, I like the deaths being foreseen by the photos gimmick because it has you guessing along with the characters just how it's going to go down. I did, however, not watch the interactive version for this review because I wanted to have the theatrical experience because I felt that would be easier to write about rather than the ins and outs of the version of the movie that my choices created. Final Destination 3 is the most fun you'll have with the whole death is the killer shtick that the franchise has to offer. And the interactive feature is only found on physical media, can't stream that shit anywhere. I'm going to give Final Destination 3 a B+ because it's clearly the best of the series. However, the best sometimes comes before a gigantic fall, and spoiler alert, that fall is tomorrow's film, The Final Destination, aka the 4th film in the Final Destination franchise. See y'all then.